Welcome everyone back to another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video. My name is Deep Free. Here today we are going to go ahead and talk about some stuff that is going to be coming soon to the Japanese version of the game. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Hit subscribe if you're new for more content. Per normal, huge shout out to the Dokkan Reddit. Check out the link in the description to get to the post where this kind of originated from me. So anyways, to begin, let's go ahead and talk about what we're going to talk about. A few days ago, and huge shout out to Kawhi here, by the way, over on Twitter. Make sure you follow the man. A few days ago, right, he did put out a tweet saying that the Japanese test servers are open and point to a 4.1.0 version. So long story short, they are testing a version upgrade for the Japanese version of the game right now, 4.1.0 presumably. So the reason why I wanted to lead with that is because, per normal, as you guys know, whenever they go ahead and actually update the app, it's because, you know, new content requires it, or they're going to drop some sort of new content just in general, a new mode, whatever the case is, right? So that's kind of what it is. Or quality of life updates. You guys get the point. So something is requiring an update, and it'll be interesting to see what that is. Speaking of which, one of the things that it could potentially be are these mysterious brand new key items that are going to be coming into the game as well. Now, I don't know what this means. These guys out here, I know what this is. This is Kingdom Hearts 3 stuff. Okay, never mind. Bad joke. Excuse me, junk. Anyways, so as far as this goes, right, obviously, I don't know if this is coming right now, how long it'll take for this stuff to come out, how long it'll take for us to get more information about this. There wasn't much about this right now from the data miners as well. I don't know when this is coming to global. I don't know what this is going to be in relation to. All we have is this image. Okay, so let's go ahead and talk about what Kawhi mentions about these. In preparation on the Japanese test servers, again, that phrase is being used again. It's still really blurry at this point, basically saying he's not sure yet. He tried to stay as clear as possible. So, moving on. After some additional research, the keys are of rarity 0, which means most common rarity among the items. So, the first care drinks, Mr. Satan, etc. So, a low rarity item. It's not going to be something that's too hard to obtain in the game, presumably, unless you have to farm it from a specific event, whatever the case is, right? But it's not like a top rarity item that's sometimes there or hard to get, whatever the case is. But again, conjecture. Moving on. He says he can't be more clear. You have 5 keys that are in the name of the tabs in the list of events, and it is about doors. This is bound to be related to the limit event that I talked about in the first place. It's hyper blurry, but I don't know anymore. Even though you think about it, you have a key for each type of event, so it's not more specifically related to borderline events than to another type of event. Anyway, it's blurry. What he means by blurry, it's just weird. Microsoft Translate? Anyways, bad translation. He's, long story short, just saying it's unclear, right? So that being said, let's transition back over to the Reddit post where the man Zed went ahead and left the translation there. He says, new tab in the limit type events. A new event type will appear. So there's going to be a new type of event, and it has a new item, which is the 5 event keys. 5 exist, 1 for each type of event. Story key, growth key, challenge key, limit key, and extreme Z key. They will give access to a level from the list of memory gates, story, growth, etc. From what I understand, ability to do an event from the list even when the event isn't active using the key. So that's what it sounds like. He's saying, like, you could potentially, if I'm understanding what he's saying right, you could potentially do an event even when it's not listed using the key. So if that is the case, right, we've seen something like that in other games just in general, where you have the ability, typically other gacha games too, where you typically have the ability to unlock certain stages by using either in-game currency or items, things of that nature, right? So if that's the case, this isn't going to be anything particularly special, but he does mention that there's going to be a new tab in the limited type events as well, and a new event type is going to pop up into the game as well. So we are going to see what happens with that. Now, there's story keys, growth key, challenge keys, limit keys, and extreme Z keys. Now, there was information that we should be getting a story update sometime soon on the Japanese version of the game as well. I don't know why you would need a key specifically for story stages, just in general, unless by story it means the actual story events like the Battle of Gods event, Resurrection F event, the Tournament of Power events, those types of things that are not actual story quests as well. Growth is the growth tab, the challenge tab, the limit key. Limit tab is apparently going to be a new tab is what they're saying, and the extreme Z tab. Those are all tabs when you go to the event section of your game, right? So this is interesting to see what's going to happen with this. We don't really have a lot of information, as you can tell, but that's where I leave it up to you guys. What do you guys think is going to happen? So do you guys think there's going to be a little bit more content coming in? Of course, there should be. Do you think this is going to be something that allows us to further our characters, advance our box, whatever the case is, with these key items as well, these mysterious keys? Before we go, we're going to see what some of these Redditors are talking about here. A level from the list of memory gates. So does that mean we could access old Extreme Z battles with the Extreme Z keys? That's kind of what I took from it, too. That sounds awesome. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I'm guessing these keys will allow you to gain access to an event that's not currently available. This could play out one of two ways. It grants permanent access to the selected event, but the keys are rare, only one of each available. The events are open for a time period, and the keys are able to be acquired over and over, albeit rare. This would answer everybody's call of when is X returning, hopefully. So that's what I was kind of saying. It would be a very easy way for them to kind of just have every event live at the same time. And that's really particularly good for the new players or people that haven't actually went through and farmed the events, or for the people that started like farming super attacks or whatever it is from certain events and just haven't had the opportunity to finish it. I would think this would be something that you get at least weekly or easily, right? I don't think it's going to be something that's too hard to get. Maybe you unlock a few events, but that's kind of what it seems like it's going to be. This is actually important as well, because on the Japanese version of the game, there also is a new, where the Pilaf's Trove is for the global players, new button there that you click, and it brings you to Giru. And long story short, in this new update, Giru actually shows you current story events that you can go through and stuff like that. So just a little quality of life thing, and this seems to mesh probably pretty well with that as well too. So that is it for me. Huge shout out again to Kawhi, the man. You are doing amazing work. If you are listening, I appreciate everything. Again, guys, at _Kawhi over on _Kawhi_ again over on Twitter. And again, huge shout out to the Dokkan Reddit as well. You guys do so much for the community, and I appreciate it. Everybody listening, thank you all for the continued support here on the channel. Hashtag 200K. We are almost there. Be sure to get this video up to 1K likes. Blow it up. Let's see what we can do. Have an awesome day. Let me know what you guys think as well. Let me know if you guys are hyped for this as well. And I'll catch all of you guys in the next one. Take it easy, everybody.